You know, some cities are built on rock, some on rivers. But have you ever heard of a city built on the body of a mythical creature? Well, that's exactly the story we're diving into today. We're heading to Yinchuan, the capital of China's NingXia region. And yeah, it might look modern, but its entire identity, its actual map, is based on this incredible ancient legend of a phoenix.
So that's the big question, right? Why is this one city so, well, obsessed with a mythical bird? And I'm not talking about a simple mascot or a sports team name. This goes way, way deeper. As you're about to see, the phoenix is woven into the very fabric of Yinchuan. For starters, the connection is literally written right onto the city's official map. An entire administrative district is named the Golden Phoenix. Can you imagine your address being in a place like that? It just shows this is so much more than just a casual nod to a myth.
And then there's this, a massive, totally unmissable monument called the Stele of Phoenix that stands at a huge intersection, connecting the old town with the new. It's a constant physical reminder of the city's guardian.
And to top it all off, whenever there's a big celebration or a major city ceremony, the symbol of the phoenix is always there. It's the official emblem of civic pride, of their shared history. So, what is this all about?
Okay, so to really get Yinchuan's story, we need to get one thing straight right away. The Chinese phoenix is not the bird you're probably thinking of, the one from Western myths about fire and rebirth. This is a completely different kind of legend.
On one side, you've got the Western phoenix, right? The whole fire and rebirth thing, rising from the ashes, super dramatic. But the Chinese phoenix, the Feng Huang, is a whole other deal. It's not a creature of fire at all, but a benevolent ruler, the queen of all birds, and it represents harmony, good luck, and peace.
Yeah, according to the ancient text, the classic of mountains and rivers, the Feng Huang has these beautiful five-colored feathers. And its appearance isn't some big, fiery event. It's actually a gentle sign that an era of peace and good fortune is beginning. It brings harmony, not ashes.
And that brings us to the heart of it all, the story of Yinchuan. It's this beautiful legend of sacrifice and compassion that really explains everything.
So, the story goes, there were 7 phoenix sisters. The youngest of them hears about the incredible hardships people are facing out in the desert lands of the Northwest, and her heart just goes out to them. She feels like she has to do something.
So she flies to Yinchuan, and she finds exactly what she expected. A harsh landscape, the earth all dry and cracked from lack of water. But she also finds something she didn't expect, the people. A mix of Hui, Han, and Mongolian communities, all working tirelessly together, still filled with hope despite everything.
And seeing this resilience, it moves her so deeply that she sheds a single tear. Just one. This tear falls to the ground and, in this incredible moment of magic, transforms the dry, parched earth into a life-giving oasis. Her love for these people was so strong that she decided she could never leave. She watched over them for hundreds and hundreds of years. But when her long life finally came to an end, she didn't just vanish. She made one final, ultimate sacrifice. Her body became part of the very land she had sworn to protect.
And this is where the legend becomes, well, a literal map of the city. Because her body didn't just become soil, the people believe it became Yinchuan itself.
For generations, the city's elders have passed down this oral map. It's not something you'd find in a textbook. They say the Gaotai Temple, that's her head. 2 nearby wells are her eyes. The old Gulu Gate Tower, that's her heart. And the west and north towers, you guessed it, her claws. Her tail feathers are said to stretch all the way from Zhongshan Park to the Holland Mountains.
So, in this final act, the phoenix gave the city 2 incredible gifts. Her physical body became a shield, protecting the people from the harsh desert sandstorms. And her very veins became the rivers and canals that irrigate the fields, allowing life to truly flourish in the desert.
Okay, so remember that huge monument we saw at the beginning? Now that we have the story, let's go back and decode the amazing symbolism that's carved right into it. First off, just to give you a sense of scale, this thing is about 20 meters tall. It's a landmark designed to be seen, a true beacon for the entire city. But the real story is in the details. The central post is half red, the symbolic color of the Han Chinese, and half green, which represents the Muslim Hui people. The 2 women carved there embody this unity, and that 5-colored ball they're holding up together, that represents the 5 treasures of the region. So what exactly are these 5 treasures, the Wu Bao? They're the famous products that have sustained this region for centuries.
Red for wolfberries, yellow for licorice, blue for Halen stones, white for fine Tanyang sheepskins, and black for a type of edible moss called hairweed. It's the bounty of the land, all held up by unity.
So this is clearly not just some old story that's preserved in stone. The spirit of the phoenix is very, very much alive in Yinchuan today, and it's constantly being reinvented.
You can see it in places like the wonderful town of the Phoenix. It's a modern park, totally free for everyone, with this amazing, bustling night market where the whole community comes together, especially on those warm summer evenings.
And this place just perfectly captures how the myth keeps evolving. You'll find traditional, ancient-style performances on one stage, and then right next door, a rock band is taking song requests live on TikTok. It's this beautiful mix of history and today, all under the banner of the Phoenix.
As our source material puts it so perfectly, during the busy tourist season, there's just this sense of magic in the air. And if you're lucky enough, you might even see a phoenix flying up during one of the shows, keeping that legend soaring high.
Which really leaves us with this final thought. Yinchuan shows us that a city's foundation isn't always concrete and steel. Sometimes, the strongest foundation of all is a shared story. And it makes you wonder, how many other places in the world are shaped, protected, and defined by a myth?